But I didn't want to make the interview like focused on the agent side, because obviously you've only just officially begun that. But as you said, basically, I'm sure it's the same for people like Richard. Anyone who's been deep enough in the world of like knowing what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, what's hilarious is because fans are so stupid, they never think anything they can't see exists. Like they really are the guy, like some sort of solipsistic angle, you know. They all think that I just guess about stuff, and then you guys have all like they don't know. I have a lot of the same sources you have. I just don't do a story after it, you know. I just get, well, thank you for that information. Yes, I will think about that, you know. And in fact, I even always figured half the reason people give me the info is just because they cleverly think about it. Pro gamers, think about this for a second. They want my future videos to be informed by their opinion as well, or what's really going on, you know. Some of them are smart enough to see that angle instead of just raging publicly. But one thing I've got to get to is this, right? In terms of being an agent, I feel for you in this sense, mate, because you kind of done it unofficially, and you're literally talking to the guy where I knew a little bit about some agent stuff 2 years ago. I essentially just spent all of last year, a third of my time, working as an unofficial, I wouldn't say unpaid, but underpaid, if you knew what else I did for Flashpoint. I basically just worked as an agent all year fucking long, trying to bring in players, bring in free agents, get rid of the bad people. I even eventually was going to ridiculous lengths where I was trying to like replace GMs within orgs that are not my org, do not pay me, and will never in any way acknowledge this publicly. Like ridiculous lengths. So what I get about it is that my work in that space has shown me, holy fuck. Like if I was saying I was worried about journalism, my dude, this space doesn't even have the Richard Lewises and people like that pretty much. Like the best case scenario, and I'm going to hurt some feelings right now because this is Thorin's channel, is there are motherfuckers who are slimy, but they at least know which way their bread's buttered and they won't fuck with me or people like me. And so they sort of get a pass because right now I'm going to say it, nearly all agents are fucking scumbags, but not to the most extreme extent. When I say that, people are going to overreact. I mean, in the context of this interview about integrity and about not doing things that are unethical, about knowing conflicts of interest, there are agents in League of Legends who will just represent 3 European top laners, and what those players don't know is that agent, he can't, it is a literal direct conflict of interest. He cannot be for all 3 people selling them up as the best player to the team. So essentially, fans don't know it and the players don't know it, but the guy who plays God with their career is their fucking agent. Because guess what? If you're the Turkish guy and he has a guy from America and he thinks the American guy is a bigger sell, you might be better than him, Turkish guy, but he's selling the American guy. Not least because this is the dirtiest aspect. He gets his fucking percentage, doesn't he? So if he can get an even bigger deal for that guy who isn't as good a player, then his money goes up. And guess what? I'm pretty sure everyone knows financial incentive is probably the most disturbing fucking feedback loop in the entire world right now. So there are so many people, even the ones who are legit are playing that game from my experience. It's very, very rare that they'll actually set strict standards. And I'll even throw in there, I get why they do it, because that financial incentive isn't actually that high. Like they can't be like Jerry Maguire where you represent 2 fucking people, but one of them's a massive quarterback, therefore you can make a living off that. If you're only getting fucking 1,000 from a guy's deal, you're not going to make much money in a year. So all of a sudden their logic would be, but I have to do this, man, to, you know, make a living or whatever. So it's a really dirty space, and there are a lot of incompetent people. There are a lot of people who, like, if people just knew the number of massive orgs where the GM doesn't know Counter-Strike or talks like he was on hltv.org and he says stuff like, should I just sign Flusher then? Didn't he like win majors and that? You're like, yeah, like 7 years ago. What the fuck? Like you think you were in like a fucking movie or something when they say this stuff. Give me some thoughts here, because this is a space where, even as much as I'm going to miss you in fucking being a journalist, mate, they need you in the agent world. They badly need you. Players badly need you. The same players talking shit to you for your journalism don't know. They need you so badly. I mean, I said it on By the Numbers. Mate, it was so rich seeing some of these DMs I got after that Guild Esports tweet. Motherfuckers who called me out on microphones on events saying I know nothing and I'm a piece of shit cloucher. Like, outrageous. So give me some thoughts on moving into this space, because it sounds like you're doing the same thing again, mate. You found another thing you want to do, a space that's fucked, and you're moving in to take over. So let's give me your thoughts.
Like you saying that you thought journalism was bad and now this industry is bad. That's why. Like that's what pulled me. Not only that, there's a lot of similarities, and I was doing more work for some players than their own agents were, and up until this point where I made this switch, like I realized I have the skill set, the network plays on it. I can still use my same network, and I get to do what I loved. I did towards the end, I did somewhat fall out of love with like the article grind, the report grind. It got to the point where I'm helping players, I'm helping other people in the industry, and then information would come up for a roster move, and I'm like, I really got to do this. I don't want to do this right now. I want to keep doing this. And that's what helped me realize I want to make that transition. And then also, when you're a journalist, you hear of all these deals that the agents are making, and it was a tough decision to make, because at first I considered making my own agency, because I went, this whole side of the industry, this is a joke right now. Like, there are players that are paying 10% of their salary, while the agencies are also getting a one-time fee when the player signs a new contract as well. So they're also getting that. Then they're invoicing these players monthly when they haven't talked to them for 3 months for doing nothing. And I saw that. I saw players complaining about it. I saw them like, is there any way out of this contract I signed with these agencies? And I realized, man, there is so much here that needs, like, if you thought the journalism side and the regular stuff that goes on is Wild West, like this over here is not even close. It's like prehistoric. And that's what drew me over there, and I ultimately led me and pushed me over the edge of, okay, this is what I actually want to do, because I get to help people, but also there's a lot to clean up and there's a lot that can be improved. And I just don't like that model. I don't like that model of where you're supposed to be working for this player, but then you're also requiring 10% of that salary, regardless of whether or not you negotiated up that salary that they never would have got. 10% of someone's monthly salary is unbelievable, in my opinion. They don't follow, from as best as my knowledge from the research I did before this, they don't do that in traditional football. They don't, it doesn't work that way. So this is kind of in my opinion, somewhat predatory way of doing things. And it just so happened that the agency I ended up moving and working with, they have that same philosophy. They don't operate in that same fashion. And even when it comes to the fee they do get when a player does sign a new contract, re-signs or transfers and get a new one, it is anywhere up to a certain amount, but there is no minimum. There is no minimum. It could be a 0%. They don't get anything. It is up to a certain point, and it's not guaranteed. And there is no monthly. And I had said that publicly multiple times going into it, that I think taking monthly money from players, whether you're doing something for them or not, I can see here and there, okay, what if you find them a YouTube editor to do all their YouTube stuff, and if you take that money and then you pay the editor, sure, whatever. But that's not, for a majority of players, there's what's going on. That's not the way things are working. And there's still a ton of conflict of interest there. There are agents and agencies where they have their own lawyers. They take this contract that they get and they adjust the clauses back and forth with the organization, but then they go show it to their lawyer. Is that lawyer really going to go, hey, this clause that you're doing for your player that you're going to give to this organization, they're going to work with your best interests and hopefully the player's best. But how about a third-party lawyer that is only on behalf of the player, that doesn't have your interests, your financial interests in mind? Are they going to look at that contract and give it a once-over and feel like everything's okay? There are agencies that don't like other lawyers to see their contracts. To me, that doesn't sit right. I don't like that. That is something that when I went to Ulti, who I'm with now, I said, if I'm going to join you guys and not make my own agency, this is how it's got to go. This has to happen. I said, anyone in this industry, if one of our contracts gets leaked and goes public for some reason, probably would never happen. But if it happens, are we going to see something there something's going to be in there that the public's going to see and have a problem with? There better not be. If I'm working here, I want, if anyone can see these contracts, and I'm setting a new standard essentially. Thankfully, they are already there, so it's reduced the amount of work I've had to do up front. But it is my goal to go in here and set a new standard for, and I'm not using like a traditional, like, yes, I've done some research into how it works in traditional sports, but I'm doing it the way I think makes the most sense, is the best for all parties. And there's a ton more into that I could go into, but it is my effort to take what has worked and what I've enjoyed about the stuff I've done on the journalistic side of things, of having integrity and playing fair. I'm going to be an agent that is known for, look, he's doing this because he likes to help players and he has a passion for doing that, but I'm fair, and I'm going to try to get the best deal for my guy, but I'm not going to be a scumbag in the process. I'm going to be someone that organizations still feel compelled to work with and won't see my name come up when they realize they want a player and that's his agent and they're going to be upset about it. That's not going to be the way it's going to be. It's my goal to set a new standard to where I can be honorable. I can have integrity also in this area. clean things up and help these players and clean up some of that stuff, whether it be between them and the agent or clean stuff up between, I've seen some contracts, in a few different regions already now that I've been doing this for a few weeks, and there's still a lot of stuff going on. And it's my goal not only to clean up that side, but to clean up as far as agents go. And I have like I said, I would name drop if I was here to, talk negative about other agencies. They could do whatever they want. I'm just gonna beat them and do my thing like I did when it came to journalism. I'm gonna focus on me and our agency's work, and it'll show the work ethic that like I had said to that person, if I started over from ground zero and did it, I'm gonna do it again here and show that you can do this. And it's gonna be the second time that I've gone from ground zero to there. Sure, I have the source network and all of that to help me that I wouldn't have had. Sure. But there's a lot to clean up, and that you nailed it by saying that there's still a lot of work to be done. That was one of the big, huge motivating factors into why I want to do it. It's an area where I can do what I love most, but also clean that stuff up as best as I can.